We're still in the process of bringing some of our troops home after our war with Portugal. And I think I have... Do I have my ships on their way? No. Right, I think I canceled them because I didn't want to forget about it. These are transports going to join up there. I think I have other ships elsewhere. These guys are sitting where they're supposed to be. And some extra transports as well. It's a privateer fleet. That one we're working on bringing more ships into that fleet. These guys are doing what they're supposed to. This is an extra fleet that is carrying these guys who need to retake that stuff. Those are the three that are going up to join in the Ivory Coast. Those are heavies on the way to the Caribbean, I would imagine. The galleys are going to the Philippines to replace the ships that were lost. The transport is, I think, extra. And the light ship is also an extra, I think. Alright. Looks good. I need to keep my eyes on these guys and move them as they retake provinces from rebels that spawned pretty much at the beginning of the war with Portugal. In a few years, the industrialization institution will spawn, and I'm still in the process of getting ready for that. I would have loved to have finished off economic ideas for that extra development cost reduction, but that's, guess it wasn't meant to be. There's something else. Oh yeah, Prussia. I wanted to try to ally them. And I can't anymore. Apparently I am, or they are allied to my rival, the Timurids. Alright, well, my rivals change fairly often, but the Timurids are also huge, so they might... Wait, they have a lot of the Arabian Peninsula. Wait. Okay, Kauri Zealots are the ones that are taking over right now. Alright. And it looks like the Ottomans are attacking Ajam. Attacker against Ajam in the Ajami Imperialist War. I think Ajam is screwed. Why is Ethiopia involved in that? Or is that from Ethiopia? I have no idea. That's Portuguese Equatorial Africa, right? We discussed that made no sense. Anyway. These guys are drilling. Good. Alright. Let's continue on. And these guys are going to get there soonish. And we're continuing to convert stuff. That's Okay, there we go. I don't know why it wasn't sorting the way I wanted it to the first time, but it's fine. And I think they're almost there. Nope, they are there. Merchants pleased. Our merchants are prospering under our plutocratic policies, and they have therefore decided to send us, the state, a small gift to remind us that why this is a good. Small gift, 3,630 ducats. Okay. That pays back both of my loans that I had. My 2 loans that I've had for a while now. Where are the armies that... 2 armies in the Philippines, 2 are on the ships, and 2 are basically reinforcement armies, that's it. So, got 1 in North America and 1 in that I want to keep in South America. I feel like building a fort in one of these provinces is probably a good idea. Creetown prevents anybody from going... Yeah, I'm going to go with a fort here. In about a month. Occupied Christmas County. We only have 420 gold right now. Make some kind of joke. And build a fort. I'm tempted to scrap that shipyard. And looks like we're about to finally take back Dominica. I need to take ideas, but I don't want to right now because I need to save up points to develop for 4 years from now, essentially. Building a lot of... These are heavy ships. Why am I building so many heavies again? Oh, right, to replace the ones I lost in the war. Okay, these guys are back. Highest supply limit province that I have in South America. Actually, let me see Cebu as well. Supply limit is 69. Was tempted to build a supply depot for the added force or added supply limit. Let's hire a new general, I guess. And we've now taken back Dominica. See how all these are doing. As it should be, same. Two galleys. Do I have these guys going? Right there for some reason. I need those to go to my capital, actually. And I think that 3-decker is the first of many. Okay, so we're about to have our leader change. U.S. presidential election of 1796. Campaign and the issues. 1796. Federalists flocked under the banner of John Adams, who vowed to reinforce Washington's strong government. Jefferson and the Anti-Federalists opposed the growing government and rode the wave of popular fears of insidious royalism. Adams' supporters retaliated by condemning the French Revolution as monarchy, or monocracy. Supporters retaliated by condemning the French Revolution as a monocracy. The former cherished by the Anti-Federalists. The Anti-Federalists, on the other hand, still viewed England as the principal enemy and said that Adams was going to pay lip service to Her Majesty's government. Washington's support and the New Englanders' efforts to stop Alexander Hamilton from sabotaging Adams' campaign gave Adams a marginal electoral victory, 71 to 68. How will the spirit of America choose this time? John Adams is a 666, or Thomas Jefferson a 665. United States opinion of France changes by negative. Both France and Great Britain hate me. I think Great Britain hates me more, but I don't think either one really helps. We'll go with John Adams. And I can enlist privateers now. Oh, right, because we finished off maritime ideas. Go for it. Embargo efficiency, privateer efficiency. And since we've got privateers currently working in Sevilla, that should be decent. So now I feel like it would be a waste to not re-elect him. Next selection is 1st of November, 1800. Okay. 4 1/4 of Bootwin. Don't really plan on developing that right now. Gold Coast's opinion of me increases by 50. Or negative 50. Oh, okay. Gold Coast is a Portuguese colony. Does Aragon want free yet? No. I don't think anyone wants free. Portuguese South Africa, or Portuguese Southeast Africa, is the highest of their independence desire, or liberty desire. Let me see Bootwin again. Local trade power would be good. And again, I have no desire to develop it right now. So we'll go with the trade power. And we just successfully raided a treasure fleet. Got about half of the gold off of it. Wonder how often those are going to happen. Very sure. We don't need a church here anymore. Union Fire Company, nicknamed Benjamin Franklin's Bucket Brigade, the Union Fire Company is a volunteer fire department formed in 1736 after Franklin and others had pointed out the need for a more effective handling of fires in a couple of publications in the Pennsylvania Gazette. The company is limited to 30 members who meet 8 times a year, together with the Hand in Hand Fire and Life Insurance Society. The Union Fire Company bought a fire bell in 1752, which they placed on 4th Street. When the bell rings, it can be heard throughout the city. To stop fire, the company uses buckets, ladders, and 2 hooks, but they have plans on buying a fire hose. As the company is a bit short on funds at the moment, and members have already paid their fees, a grant from the government would be appreciated, and the bigger the grant, the longer the fire hose. 80 feet, gain 5 base manpower. Philadelphia is about to become a monster of a city. I want to invest some of my points in it to develop it before I click this because the cost is about to go up. But I feel like I can't because industrialization. Oh well. We're in debt now, and at the end of this month, I would imagine we're going to gain a... I don't really need the manpower, but let's build a training field here anyway. We did take out a new loan. Alright, we have a interest per annum reduction, don't we? 0.25. And also, we have actually 2 interest per annum reductions. And we had our trader die. I'd like to get a new trader, if I can. Preferably sooner rather than later. There we go. And now we need quite a bit of more money. I'm going to waste some money and some admin points really to take... Well, I don't think I actually waste admin points because our inflation goes down faster than it goes up. We're going to take out a loan to improve this guy. %, chance of death, 8% chance. Alright, I don't think anything has recently increased in development. I think all of my ships have arrived at their destinations. And galleys as well. Let's put these guys on the ships and take them back to somewhere central, I guess. Panama is kind of the most central location we have, so we'll go with that. And I'm kind of thinking about building like 12 units of infantry. Just so I have like around 30 regiments. Church elders believe that as God has ordained that our tolerant policy should be punished with our people converting to Catholicism, the apocalypse is surely just around the corner. I think we should wait for a few more signs. Okay. That's a side effect of having extremely high religious tolerance, and I'm okay with that. Province unrest. Right, we have province unrest. All of our infantry is finished. And all of our heavies are finishing as well. And I feel like there's going to be one missing or something, but it doesn't look like it. Looks like we have exactly the number I was expecting. Okay, I could upgrade the transports, but I'm not going to. It's kind of a waste to do that. And we've already almost got enough to pay back one of our loans again. We've just converted Laguna. Cathedral no longer needed. Added to trade company. And I think beginning of next year I will develop stuff. Local traders demand aid. Sure, we'll send it. Poor vintage. And we're still gaining corruption, which we will until... Wait, is Adams incorruptible? Yes, he is. Okay. Could invest in admin tech, but again, not going to. Because industrialization is right around the corner. Next month we'll pay off a loan. And then about what'll probably be 15 more months, we should be able to pay off a second loan. And there is no guarantee, of course, that industrialization will spawn in our country, but I'm trying to give it the opportunity to spawn in our country. I'm more worried about the idea that none of my provinces will start to embrace industrialization. And after industrialization comes nationalism, which for something to spawn nationalism, it has to be not an island, so not connected to any other provinces, so that eliminates pretty much all of the Caribbean that are single provinces because they're not connected to anything in extended timeline. Connected to capital of the United States, so that eliminates the rest of the Caribbean because it's not connected to. It doesn't have a land connection to my capital. What else? Enlightenment is present, imperialism is present, development at least 20. Province owner has embraced imperialism. Any owned province, the culture is not Filipino. So I'd imagine any owned province is not the culture. In other words, I have to have more than 2 cultures in my lands. Development at least 20. So basically, start developing the provinces that are closest to 20 after industrialization starts. Alright. I don't have any other conquest ambitions unless, let's say, once I hit diplomatic tech 78, I think is when I can send colonists to hard to colonize provinces. Is once I get to that tech and other people get to that tech, then I have to start worrying about my colonists beating other countries to the punch, essentially. And I will send them to basically anything in the Americas. I will prioritize anything in the Americas that is off by itself. So that's 3 provinces in North America, or 4 provinces in North America. 2 in South America. 1 in the Atlantic. And I think there are some Pacific Islands and also a lot of Australia too that can be colonized. And I'm basically going to go as far overboard on colonists as I can, or colonies as I can, when that happens. Anyway, just outlining my plans for the future. I do kind of want to declare some other wars, specifically to take France down and feed them to Burgundy. I'd kind of like to shape the world into what it's supposed to look like in current times. Alright, we've won our congressional issue. Dealing with Prussia would be difficult. Ottomans would be more difficult. Russia's kind of small, actually, compared to what it was historically. I would need to feed Prussia, most of Germany to Prussia, have them form Germany, and then get rid of pretty much all of Eastern Prussia. Get Lithuania free. Poland. Possibly feed Venice, the majority of Italy. Or maybe just, I mean, I know there won't be an Italy if I do it, but possibly feed all of Italy to the Papal State, so we have an Italian nation of some sort. But those are like long-term plans. Those are decades, if not centuries, down the road. And I don't know if I plan on playing it this long, or that long. Just because I think it would get pretty boring. Alright, so now I have... Okay, I did fully upgrade my trader. Why am I not making that much in diplomat or military tech? Am I just not? does it just not look like I am? Anyway, so let's check what the colonists are doing. So to get Cape Breton, I need to develop 11 times. Moncton, 9 times. Pittsfield, 13. Rhode Island, 14. So Moncton is priority number 1. Unless... yeah, I'm going to go with closest to... having the 30 development required. So let's go 2 in military, or 3 in military. 4, 5. Okay. That's 30 in Moncton. Cape Breton. 45 points to upgrade Moncton. Versus 29 and 34. Okay, but... or not Moncton. Cape Breton. Going to go 1 in military, 1 in admin, and quite possibly the rest in... there we go. Because I do see coal there. And high development for coal would be a good thing. We'll recall the colonists from here. Pittsfield, and Pittsfield's next. Naval supplies. Alright, there's 30 in most of them. So maybe we can get 30 development in Rhode Island before the end of this year. But for that, we're going to have to wait and see. I am going to send my colonists real quick to... give me a second, because I want to see what nationalism... or no, I know what nationalism is. I want to see what electrification is. Industrialization is present. Development at least 30. In a state has to be the cap, or no. One of the following. Have a factory, naval equipment manufactory, weapons manufactory, textile manufactory. Development at least 50. Or is the capital. Not an island. Has embraced industrial, or we have embraced industrialization. Has to be in a state. Development at least 30. Okay. So looks like again the closest thing to 30 development, that at that point we should have a lot of factories. So anywhere that has a factory, I would send, or I would develop in up to 30. Alright, well, we'll deal with that when the time comes. For now, I do want to send them to somewhere. Let me see globalization as well. So hard to click on that. I don't know why. Years at least 1950. Not an island. Is in a state. Development at least 40. Nationalism is present. One of the following must be true. Is the capital province or has a port. So basically any port provinces. So focus on ports in states that are close to 30. So highest development highest development coastal provinces in states, is what I'm thinking. But again, industrialization will have to wait until the next episode.